when you look at our organization at eXp in general, the number one attractor at our company is Rob Flick. And then right under him, right now, today, as a timestamp of this video, what are we, April 2nd of 2021, it's Rob Flick, then Gene Frederick, who brought on Rob Flick. So Gene sponsored Rob, Rob's above him. So truthfully, any of you guys could be above me in terms of rank, if you will, at the company. It's a level playing field. So Gene is number 2, and then Brent Gove's number 3. So we got to hang out with Susan and Gene at their home for 7 days. And we hung out with Brent Gove and Michael Reese and Jay Kinder, a lot of these big players. And Brent Gove is in our upline, so is Gene, you know, but he's further up, you know. And so it's quite amazing, it's quite interesting. So here's Gene, and if you watched a video of him, maybe 2 years ago, he was talking about this whole idea of making $6 million a year in revenue share. And people were like, he's like, what's wrong with that? You know, you're helping to build an organization that gives away 50% of its company dollar. A dollar comes in, 50 cents goes back out. That's how we operate at eXp. So, but now Gene was just sharing with us, he's almost at $1 million a month, okay? As of the timestamp, it's unfathomable. Last month he was at 800,000 in revenue share, okay? Now, think about this for a minute. Me personally, okay, we're on camera here, I'm gonna tell you, I've brought on more agents than Gene has. Okay, Gene's been at the company for 7 years, I believe, is what he showed us. 6 years, something like that. That's over 6 years. I've been here too, but I brought on more agents than Gene, okay? I'm not making the money he's making because it goes deep. It's not about growing super wide. You do want to grow wide, but it's not about that. It's about 1,000 agents are joining eXp every single week at this point. They're going to join under somebody, okay? We're going to add more agents this year than we've added in the previous 12 years. Think about that. In the next 9 months, we will add more agents to eXp than we did in the previous 12 years since the company was founded. Okay, we're at 50,000 agents today. We expect to finish the year at 100,000. Okay, it will be and is going to be the #1 real estate company on the planet, period. This kind of growth has never, ever, by the way, Gene Frederick helped build another company called Keller Williams. He was there for 21 years. When he joined Keller Williams, it took 10 years. How many years did it take? 10 years for them to get 100 agents in Dallas. Okay, the first 100, took them 10 years to get 100 agents in Dallas for Keller Williams. 10 years, okay? The growth that and when he showed, now Gene has a finance degree, okay? So he's a numbers guy. So when you look at the trajectory of growth of how we're growing, Keller Williams has never grown more than like 30-some%, whatever, year over year, okay? We're growing, we had years where we've grown 120%, something like that. It's just unheard of. But being virtual, we don't have the same stipulations. We go into Hong Kong, we don't have to sign lease agreements or, you know, we don't have to set up a brick and mortar building permits and all this kind of stuff. We're virtual. We hired Michael Valdez. Okay, that was a very key hire for us. Now, if you don't know who Michael Valdez is, have you ever heard of Century 21? Better Homes and Gardens? Sotheby's? Okay, you've heard of Coldwell Banker? Okay, well that's, Realogy is a company with over 300,000 agents. They hired a guy from Deutsche Bank. I believe that was the bank. He was the #1 bank in the world, finance guy as well. They hired this guy that had worked there for 10 years to run their international expansion. Why? Because he had all the international contacts. His name is Michael Valdez. They hired him, and over the course of 14 years, Michael took Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Sotheby's, Better Homes and Gardens, and all these other brands into over 100 countries. Okay, he did that over a 14-year period. Now guess who he works for? eXp. He is the president of international expansion for eXp, right? So he already has relationships in these countries. He's not trying to get in, he's in. It's just a matter of timing how quickly he can get to them. That's it. We're going to open in 16 countries this year, okay? Our original goal at eXp was to open 3 countries a year. That's gone. You know, Michael's on that, you know. And by the way, shouts out to Kevin Kaufman and Fred Weaver. Kevin's my personal sponsor, and his sponsor is Fred Weaver. They're business partners. They came up with this thing where us Mentorship Masters and anybody in their group as well is going to be able to be on a weekly call where you can learn how to build your organization here, if that's what you choose to do. Because some people are like, I'm never going to recruit, and 10 years is going to pass them up, and they're going to see, 200,000 people join eXp, and they're going to have 5 people. That's a choice, okay? Make no mistake about it. Because when you grow, when you do agent attraction, this is a choice that you're making, okay? I average 1 agent a year, okay? 1 agent a year at Keller Williams. It was a choice. I chose not to get involved. Here, I'm averaging about 60. I'm averaging 1 agent a week, okay? There, I average 1 agent a year. Here, I'm averaging 1 agent a week that I've been at the company. And I actually do this exercise where I track how many weeks have been. You can ask Siri, how many weeks has it been since January 1, 2019? She'll say, it has been this many weeks. And I look at how many people I have, it's pretty much neck and neck. I'm averaging 1 a week. So it really is a conscious decision to not necessarily pester people because I'm introverted. I've never made a cold call to ask anyone to join eXp, personally. I've never made a cold call to sell any of the over 1,000 homes that I've sold. I just don't make cold calls. Now there are some people that are really good at cold calling, and that's what for them, that's a good thing to do. But it doesn't matter your personality profile. This is a game for everybody. Okay, you've seen Glenn Sanford. Have you heard him speak? Introvert, nerd, all the way. Okay, his downline is 50,000. Okay, so the idea. I'll go into Michael Reese for a minute. Michael Reese, it's not about the money, but I will say Gene has a very nice home, and I would never get tired of that view. I mean, it is spectacular, the view right on the ocean. Michael Reese, he just bought a home. I'm sure he talks about it out there, 6.1 million, okay? Now, let me tell you about Michael Reese and Jay Kinder. They've paid their dues, okay? I high five them, I hug them. They earned that, right? They had a $10 million coaching company called Kinder and Reese. They were making a little under $1 million a month, okay? So when they came to eXp, they had to make a conscious decision to let go of $800,000 a month in revenue. Who would do that? Now, when I came here, I made a conscious decision to let go of between $50,000 and $70,000 a month in revenue that I was making by being a Keller Williams trainer, okay? I went into, let me share with you quickly, you can do the math on how I was doing this. My toolkit that you guys all get for free, we sell it for $1,000 to anybody that's not part of Mentorship Masters. That's my editable seller guide, my pre-listing package, everything that any agent can take, pop my picture off, put theirs on, they improve it, they upgrade it, right? And then now they have all their tools. I call it the Overnight Celebrity Success Toolkit. Well, I would go into Keller Williams market centers. There was over 700 of them. I was warmly welcomed. I was teaching their agents how to get more listings. And my criteria was, we wanted to have 100 people there. I mean, there was some that had 40, 50, didn't matter. But if I had 100 people in the room, 30% would buy. Didn't matter how many were in the room. It was just math. 30% I did a 3-hour seminar, 30% would buy the thing. It was $700, gave it, if you buy today, it's $300 off, So I made $21,000 average on that crowd, plus the video series that I would sell, another $5 grand in that. So I was making about $25,000 for every 3-hour seminar that I gave. And I did about 2 or 3 a month, Josie was there with me, setting them up and doing all that. So but I knew that once I joined eXp, I would never be invited into another Keller Williams office. So I had to consciously give, and it really is as you say, a long play, a long game. Because when you look at it, my sponsor, Kevin, I'm at $12,000 to $15,000 a month in income, okay, in revenue share. Now my sponsor directly above me is at $40,000 a month. His sponsor is about the same. Now the sponsor right above him, Curtis Johnson, who's 3 levels from me, he's at last month he did a little over $150,000. Now the further you go up, the numbers just get to where you just can't believe them. It's like, there's no way, it's impossible. And the reason why you're seeing so many people move to Puerto Rico is because Puerto Rico has a flat tax of 4%, and there's no federal income tax. Okay, so when you start making $1 million a month, can you imagine how much taxes you're paying? You're going to pay about $5 million, okay, in taxes. And when you start writing monthly checks, they used to be quarterly, and then it used to be annual check, then a quarterly, then the CPA is like, we got to start writing these monthly. You start writing a monthly check of $400,000 to the IRS, and you're like, even though you know they're going to do the right thing with the money, right? I mean, they're going to do a good.